U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. has circulated a draft UN Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. He's on tour in the Middle East this week, which includes a stop in Israel. Jeong Eun-joo tells us more.
The United States has circulated a draft UN Security Council resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire linked to the release of hostages in the Gaza Strip. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made the announcement while on a tour of the Middle East that will include a stop in Israel. Blinken began his tour by holding talks in Saudi Arabia on Wednesday. In an interview in Jeddah, Blinken said that negotiations to secure an immediate ceasefire and the release of hostages held by Hamas are getting closer to a deal. He is set to meet Arab foreign ministers and a senior Palestinian official in Cairo, Egypt on Thursday, according to an Egyptian foreign ministry note, as he pushes for a truce between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. This is Blinken's sixth trip to the Middle East since the Israel-Hamas war began on October 7th. The U.S., a strong supporter of Israel, has vetoed previous UN Security Council votes on the nearly six-month war, objecting as recently as in February to the use of the term immediate in a draft submitted by Algeria. In recent weeks, however, Washington has increased the pressure on Israel. Since blocking the Algerian draft resolution, U.S. officials have been negotiating an alternative text focusing on support for diplomatic efforts on the ground for a 6-week truce in exchange for the release of hostages. Blinken on Wednesday also underlined the growing sense of crisis as he warned that all of Gaza's 2 million people were experiencing severe levels of acute food insecurity. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Monday called a UN-backed report on hunger in Gaza an appalling indictment of conditions on the ground for civilians. The EU accused Israel on Monday of provoking famine and using starvation as a weapon of war. Israel has rejected these claims, saying it does not target civilians and is only interested in eliminating Hamas. As the UN condemns Israel for obstructing the entry of aid into Gaza, the prospects of Israel facing war crime charges of triggering a man-made famine is increasing. Jeong Eun-joo, Arirang News.